Denmark in 3 days? Challenge accepted. From fairytale castles to epic city vibes, and let's not forget the insane vegan food, this vlog has everything you need to experience Copenhagen like a pro. Whether you're a first timer or a return visitor, this itinerary is GOLD. Stay till the end because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Let's go! The moment I landed in Copenhagen airport, I felt this wave of excitement. I had finally made it to Denmark after so much of drama. If you have watched my previous YouTube video, you know what drama I am talking about. I hopped on the Copenhagen metro and wait for it, there is no driver. I felt like I was in some futuristic sci-fi movie. I just watched the train glide through the city like magic. But the real wow moment? Stepping out at Christiansborg metro station. I guess it's pronounced like that. The second those elevator doors opened, boom! The energy, the gorgeous old buildings, the European charm hit me like a dream. Like, wow! I am really in Copenhagen. For my stay, I picked Generator Hostel, one of the best budget-friendly yet stylish hostels in Copenhagen. Forget those sad, cramped hostels. This place is modern, vibrant and super social. Plus, the location is perfect. You can walk to most attractions. I got a private room because, comfort first. Now for the sightseeing on day one, the first stop is Tivoli Gardens, one of the world's oldest and most magical amusement parks. But first, let's talk transport. Public transport in Copenhagen, 10 out of 10. I just hopped on the metro from Christiansborg to Copenhagen Central, and from there, Tivoli is a 5-minute walk. Easy. Now, Tivoli itself, straight up magical. Even Walt Disney came here and got inspired to create Disneyland. But I visited in October, and that meant one thing: Halloween mode activated. Pumpkins, spooky lights, haunted house setups, the gardens, the live performances, the vibe was just next level. If you ever visit Copenhagen in October, you have to see Tivoli in its Halloween glory. And speaking of next level, let's talk food. Inside Tivoli, I found this vegan hot dog and holy wow, the toppings, the sauces, the crunch, perfection. Hands down one of my favorite food moments in Copenhagen. Now let's talk about day 2. Day 2 was about exploring Copenhagen on foot. And the best way to do it, free walking tours. Cause come on, it's Europe. Well, they are technically tip best, but worth every krona. I joined the Copenhagen Grand Walking Tour, which trust me covers everything. We hit the city hall for gorgeous old school architecture, Christiansborg Palace, home to Danish politics, the Round Tower, views for days, Nyhavn, the iconic postcard spot with colorful houses, Amalienborg Palace, where I actually saw the royal guards in action. Our guide made history sound so much fun. No boring textbook vibes here. But big foodie moment incoming. Let's talk about 7-Eleven in Denmark. You might be thinking, why 7-Eleven? But listen, this is not your average 7-Eleven. The vegan option's insane. I grabbed a vegan wrap and let me tell you, chef's kiss. Mwah! Perfect snack stop between walking tours. After that, I joined another walking tour in Christianshavn, a beautiful, less touristy area with canals, historic buildings and cozy cafes. We checked out our Saviour's Church with its insane spiral tower. If you're up for a climb, the view is amazing. But what really caught my attention? Freetown Christiania, a self-proclaimed independent hippie community with zero rules and max creativity. If you love alternative culture, you have to visit. Next up, Nyhavn. This is the Copenhagen postcard spot, those colorful buildings along the waterfront. Did you know Hans Christian Andersen, the author of The Little Mermaid, used to live here? For dinner, I found a place serving vegan fish and chips. And wow, it actually tasted like fish. If you're vegan, you don't have to miss out on traditional Danish flavors, you know, right? Then, to wrap up the day, a classic Copenhagen experience, a canal tour with Shreya. Seeing the city from the water, 10 out of 10. If there is one thing you should not skip in Copenhagen, this is it. You get to see the city from a whole new angle, passing under bridges, by the Royal Opera House, and even catching a glimpse of the famous Little Mermaid statue, which honestly is way smaller than I expect. And I also got to know from the guide about how Copenhagen is so environmentally friendly.
Also coming up here to the right, you can now see another ship, a grey ship that says F352 on the side of it. It's an old frigate, and it used to belong to the Danish Navy during the Cold War. But back in 1982, there was a...
Pro tip, do the tour at sunset. Absolute magic. Now, last day, day 3, and I had to go big. So I took a day trip to Kronborg Castle, the real-life Hamlet castle. I headed to Nørreport station, one of the busiest train stations in Copenhagen. From there, I hopped on a DSB train to Helsingør. The ride was about 45 minutes, and let me tell you, Danish trains are so smooth and comfortable. Plus, the scenic views along the way, absolutely beautiful. As soon as I stepped out of the Helsingør station, just got down from the train to Helsingør. It's pretty windy. The station is pretty big. Kronborg Castle was right there, standing tall and majestic. This is the actual castle that inspired Shakespeare's Hamlet. Can you believe that? Well, this UNESCO listed fortress is right by the sea, and standing there you can actually see Sweden across the water. For that you have to climb the stairs up the fortress, and oh my god, the view. Walking through its grand halls and underground dungeons felt like stepping back in time. If you love history or just want that fairy tale castle experience, this place is a must.
And 50 years forward in time, because now we're going to go from the 1420s to the 1570s. And in those times, the King of Denmark was called Frederik II. And that's a very rich and dressed gentleman standing right here next to me. There's also a portrait.
And now, let's talk food again. For my final meal in Denmark, I went to Yeerro and got a vegan gyro. And oh wow! Soft, warm pita, perfectly seasoned plant-based protein, crispy veggies, and that creamy garlicky sauce. One bite and I was in heaven. Seriously, if you're in Copenhagen, do not leave without trying this. And just like that, my 3 days in Denmark were a wrap. From Tivoli's Halloween vibes to colorful Nyhavn to Shakespearean castles and of course the food. This trip had everything. If you are planning a Copenhagen trip, use this itinerary. Thank me later. Now tell me, which spot would you visit first? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, because next up, Sweden, baby. Oh, I also intend to make a vlog on all you can eat as a vegan in Denmark. So let's go. See you. Bye.